Before using the tool, read the instruction manual carefully. This is the main switch. When you turn on the switch, the tool feeds tie wire and cuts it automatically. This action is called the initializing action. For your safety, always keep the main switch turned off when the tool is not in use. This is the trigger. When you pull the trigger after the initializing action is completed, the tool then starts the actual tying action. This is the trigger lock. While setting the trigger lock downward in this manner, the trigger is locked and operation of the tool is prevented. For your safety, always keep the trigger locked when the tool is not in use. Push the trigger lock slightly to the left and then push upward to unlock the trigger. This part is called the arm. The tie wire comes from the tip of this arm part. This is the curl guide. If the curl guide is opened when the trigger is pulled, the tool emits this beeping sound and prevents any start of tying action. If the tool emits this beeping sound frequently, the rebar size combination you are trying to tie may exceed the design specification of the tool. Basically, there are three types of wire currently available. The standard type is TW897, which is black annealed steel wire. TW897PC is polyester-coated wire, and this wire is designed for tying epoxy-coated rebars. TW897EG is electric galvanized wire. Confirm that the main switch is turned off and trigger is locked. Then, press the release lever. Also, confirm that the release lever is caught in the red release stopper. Push the reel stopper to release the reel holder. Peel off the adhesive tape holding the tie wire about halfway, like this. Do not peel it entirely from the wire spool to avoid tangling the wire. This is the brake. The wire reel is stopped by this brake after the wire feeding action is completed. When installing the tie wire, the brake must be in its off position. Set the tie wire in the wire spool magazine and push the reel holder. Next, insert the tip of the wire into the pipe, which is the silver tube part. Keep feeding the wire until the tip of the wire starts coming out the arm, about 1/4 inch or until it hits the dead end of the tube. Push the release stopper to engage the feeding gears to hold the tie wire in place. At this stage, peel off any tape that still remains. Turn the wire spool to remove slack in order to keep the wire tension high enough. Turn the main switch on. The tool will then feed and cut the wire automatically. This action is called the initializing action. Be sure to remove the cut end of the wire with pliers. Press the trigger lock to the left slightly and push upwards to unlock the trigger. Now the tool is ready for tying. When tie wire gets jammed around hook parts, remove it according to the following process. Push the release lever to disengage the feeding gears. At this state, pull the trigger. The tool makes these 4 repeating beep sounds. Turn the main switch off, lock the trigger, and then take the battery out. Confirm that the twister is in its extended position. Cut the wire and remove it with pliers. Hold the tool at a 45-degree angle with respect to the rebar cross. Apply the tool perpendicular to the surface of the crossed rebars. After the tie is complete, lift the tool upwards. This flexible curl guide enables this action to proceed with ease. If you need to cross tie, bend the tail of the first one before making the second one. If the wire hits the rebar, the wire goes in the wrong direction, like this. If this happens, be sure to eliminate the wire with pliers before making the tie again. Foreign substances, such as iron powder or concrete dust, may cause the tool to malfunction, especially these feeding gears. The brake part should be kept as clean as possible. Use an air gun and blow away any foreign substances. If the sensor C is covered with dust, the tool may emit these 4 repeating beep sounds and stop tying. This is sensor C. Wipe the sensor at regular intervals and keep it clean. To keep the tool lightweight, the body of the Max Rebar Tire tool is made of plastic. If the tool is dropped from a high place, the frame may crack or break. Take care not to drop the tool. Unlike many other electric power tools, the Max Rebar Tire tools must be free of any oil. Users should not put oil in or around feeding gears or anywhere inside the tool. The battery included with the new tool has never been charged. When charging it for the first time after purchase, it is necessary to continuously charge it for 24 hours. The next time you charge the battery after this 24-hour continuous charge, you will only need to charge it for 20 to 25 minutes for normal operation. If you repeatedly charge the battery before fully using it, it will memorize an additional charging capacity as its maximum charge. This phenomenon is called memory effect. If this happens, the battery will run out much sooner, even if it is fully charged. In order to prevent the memory effect, charge the battery after it is fully used up. When the battery has the memory effect, use up the charge and charge it for 24 hours to regain the original level of its full charge capacity. Since frequent 24-hour charging diminishes the battery life, keep the number of 24-hour charges to less than 1 time per month. We believe the Max Rebar Tire tools will help you to save time and make your tying work a lot easier.